Welcome to this week's episode of the Arm Barn Podcast. Another week of the baseball season, another week closer to the NFL draft. We got NBA playoffs, we got NHL playoffs starting today. Starting today, we got NHL playoffs. Honestly, I don't really watch too much regular season hockey. I'm more of like a highlights guy, but I definitely lock it in for the playoffs. Well, playoff hockey is a lot of fun. I know we watched it a decent amount last year. Rangers, Devils. I know that's the series for the Rangers. So I'm excited to watch that. I don't know if their game starts tonight. I'm going to check that out in a second. We'll get into that in a little bit. But a bunch of stuff going on in sports, especially like college baseball. I even watched some college softball this week while I was over at Nicole's. But what's going on, Nick? What do you got going on this week? How's your week? Anything good going on this week?
No, we had 2 T-ball games this week, so that was fun. It was
Carson's still taking good swings. I see.
Yeah, keeps doing his thing. You know, it's pretty.
How are the kids doing? Is it getting a little bit better?
It's getting better.
Like each week?
Yeah. So honestly, really, what it comes down to, like the weekday game was a night game. So 6:30 start time is the only one all year, but like everyone's already in sleep mode at that point. So that was pretty.
I'm sure that one. I'm sure that one didn't go too well.
Challenging. But the Saturday game was good. You know, I just need more people to show up. That's been the issue of late, is that we've had some kids not show up, and it's just like, hey, parents, you know, like, you committed, show up.
Yeah, just like get them here.
That's half the battle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But no, I think that's, I'm sure that could be. Are the other teams having that same issue? Is it like 6-on-6 some weeks and stuff?
It started out 6-on-6, and then people show up late. And again, it's just like, hey, you know what time it is, parents.
I really don't.
I don't
get
it
that
either. I don't.
Whatever.
So.
Yeah, no, it's stupid as hell. I had a pretty good week. We went to I don't know if you even saw. I didn't even really mention it to anybody, but we went to the White Sox game on Saturday. That was pretty nice. Thursday we drove up. Nicole obviously had school, so she didn't come with, but I went up with Nicole's dad and brother, and we put in the piers on Friday. So we were in the water and the waders putting in the piers, and then it was beautiful. It was like 80 degrees. We got out there at like 9 a.m., so it wasn't obviously 80 degrees yet at 9 a.m. So it was like 80 degrees Friday. It was beautiful Saturday for us at the White Sox game. We see a walk-off, first of all, which was awesome. That was pretty cool. But they were playing against the Orioles. I was pissed. I wanted to see Adley catch, but he DH'd that day. And I literally think it might be like the only day he's gone 0 for maybe all season, because his stats, that's actually something that I have here to bring up. Because he's absolutely, he's raking right now.
He's probably going to be, I'd say pretty soon here, the number 1 catcher in baseball, probably hands down. It's
because everybody said that
for sure.
Yeah, everybody said even last year that he might be, like, as soon as he enters the big leagues, he might be the best defensive catcher in the big leagues. So, what's up, y'all? Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Arm Barn Podcast. If you like G Fuel or would like to try the official drink of esports, use the code TheArmBarn at gfuel.com today. For my caffeine people, there's going to be some awesome products like the energy tubs and the energy cans. And then for my no caffeine people, there's also going to be some great products for hydration. So check that out today at gfuel.com and use the code TheArmBarn. So, and I, like, for example, Bo Phillip, we would always ask him, like, dude, like, what is it like? Like, is he just insane? And Bo said, like, he's the stupidest player and like the craziest player he's ever seen in his life. And that's coming from obviously a talented player in itself. But, I'm excited for what he's going to turn into. I think he has a chance to be like Hall of Famer, all-time great, like something crazy. Very similar to he gives off Buster Posey vibes for me. Obviously, I think he could be honestly. I think he could literally be better than Buster Posey, which is crazy. I'm not saying like he'll have the. I'm saying talent
Yeah,
wise right
yeah,
now, just strictly on paper, but which would be crazy if he has a if he's better than Buster Posey essentially. That'd be nuts. But yeah, let's start it off with some college baseball. Um, First of all, it's snowing here too, by the way. That's where I was
Oh,
going with that. That
yeah, that
literally it was
makes
a
no
beautiful
sense. Yeah,
weekend.
that makes no sense.
Yeah, it was a beautiful weekend. I got sunburned. Literally, if I took off my
Yeah,
hoodie right now, I have a farmer's tan because I'm sunburned. And if you look outside right now, it was literally snowing. And Nicole had to scrape off her car this morning. It literally makes no
none.
sense. And it's 42 degrees now today. Um, but yeah, so yeah, it's literally so stupid. But all right, college baseball. Rankings are pretty like I feel like they're not really that too shocking. Wake Forest at number 2 for me. Like the reason that is like just something to point out is because for the last couple of years, I feel like it's been like they've been super talented and they just haven't fully put it together. They have not been this high in the rankings this late into the
Yeah,
season. I feel like at least for the last couple of years. So that's pretty cool that they're putting it together. But let's talk about the two guys that are just they're really fun to watch in college baseball. Another guy, I can never think of this guy's name, but the ambidextrous pitcher from Mississippi State is
the
insane too.
freshman. Yeah,
Yeah, did you see the thing on social media where they showed the graphic of the upcoming games for
no,
Mississippi State? So the graphic was he was starting Friday and then he's starting game 1 Saturday too. And I was like, damn, that is the most savage graphic I
that's
think I've
wild.
ever seen. Like is that even that can't have ever been done to where
No,
you come out on a Friday and start from one side and you come out on the next day and start from the
no,
other?
right? I guess back in the day, right, you'd have pitchers pitch on back-to-back days. Back in the old timey days,
Yeah,
but
but
not with
not
both
with
arms.
yeah, but not with different
Well, plus
arms.
he's
Yeah, no,
throwing low
it's
to mid nineties from both
fuel.
sides.
Literally fuel.
So I mean,
Yeah.
that's gonna be pretty cool.
The
Yeah,
dude's
because obviously,
insane.
I think it was Pat Vendet or Vendetti, however you pronounce it. He was like the first one to do it in the pros, right? So
Yeah. He's still doing it, I'm
I
pretty
don't. I
sure.
think he's done now, but dude, like he couldn't get it up to mid nineties on both sides. So this
Oh my
dude,
gosh. No,
this
no,
dude
no.
is legit from both sides of the arm, I guess you'd
You know,
say.
this dude might go first round, right?
Yeah, if he keeps producing the way
I
he
mean, if
is,
he's a freshman, yeah, if he starts, imagine he starts sitting like
yeah,
mid from both, that'd be
yeah.
insane. Um, and it's kind of crazy. Is that how they're doing it? They just have him throw from one side the entire game, and
I'm not
then
sure because
he,
it's
co-
tough because they're not. They keep go. It seems like ESPN keeps alternating weekends in terms of covering a whole crap ton of softball, and then the next weekend they'll cover a crap ton of
yeah,
baseball.
I know.
And I couldn't get much. I was actually trying to watch more college baseball this weekend, and every channel was covering
Yeah,
in softball. Which again, no knock on softball, but it would have been nice if maybe some of the channels had a couple of baseball games on it.
yeah, there was a lot of college softball games on. Yeah, we watched it over at
Yeah.
the Van Genneps as well. When we were over there, that's what we were watching and we had on um that one girl. I don't know her name. Where is she from? Was she from Did you see this at all? This girl who literally went like 7 for 8 with 4
No.
jacks on the weekend and like another 8
No.
walks.
Was she
Yeah,
on Oklahoma?
she's like
Is she
from
on
Florida.
Oklahoma? Okay.
No, it was. I can't think of her. Let me see if it's like if it pops up right away for just college softball here. Attention high school baseball players, parents of high school players, and coaches of high school baseball. The Baseball Factory has a national showcase tour in all 50 states. These national showcases serve as a qualifier for Baseball Factory events. To get 10% off these national showcases, go to baseballfactory.com and use code CoachCalandra10. But dude, I it because yeah, we were watching it and like they like brought her on for like in the like in between game interview or something, and I was like, geez, because yeah, she absolutely went off. It was like 7 for 8. She might have been from Florida. I can't think of her. I can't think of it, and it's not popping up here. But whatever. But yeah, no, she went off. But yeah, some of the college softball games were good and fun to watch. And softball doesn't bother me
No,
at all. Softball is fun
no.
to watch. But yeah, no, I agree. I wish they would do like a little bit of a balance because you have YouTube
Yeah,
TV too, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when I would look on there, it was literally just all college softball. There wasn't any baseball. But you could can't you go to just ESPN to watch ESPN and do it
Probably you
that
can
way?
go that route. But even sometimes I've had trouble
Yeah.
pulling up college baseball on there for some reason. So, but yeah, dude, I think
Yeah.
again, no knock on softball, but that would have been cool to have that balance of both. And then with YouTube TV as well, they got freaking hung up with the whole MLB thing. So right now,
So
I'm kind of in
stupid.
limbo with that.
So stupid. So
So
stupid. And I don't know, is MLB TV really cracking down? Can I give you my password or do you think it
I
would
don't
not
know. I
work?
mean, we have to test it out.
I know. Yeah, no, I know. That's been nice, like just kind of turning it on even for like half the game or something like that. But all right, back to college baseball here. I think really, the two guys, like we've
Yeah,
mentioned it a bunch. But Dylan Cruz from LSU, I mean,
yeah,
insane. He's hitting 500 this late into the
yeah,
season. Definitely curious to see if he, continues it. But the guy, I mean, the
yeah,
storyline from the weekend and the most savage thing from this weekend was the Jack
for
Caglione
sure,
thing. I mean, this guy's
for
a
sure.
savage. This guy's an absolute savage. He hits absolute nukes. I didn't realize until just now that he's from Tampa, Florida, so that doesn't surprise
Yeah,
me at all. I mean, the high school baseball down there is ridiculous. And this guy right now is hitting 374, and low-key, he's been on a little bit of a slide here
yeah.
average wise. But he's had a couple good games this week. He had a couple good games this weekend. Went 2 for 5, 2 for 5, right? Yeah, 2 for 5 there. But we know what we
Oh,
need to
of
talk about
course.
because this was ridiculous. I didn't see the whole thing, but based on what I
Yeah,
saw, I mean, what are we doing? Throwing that guy out of the
yeah.
game.
No,
Do you agree? Like,
completely,
do you completely agree? What did you
completely
see?
agree. I just think again, in these big moments, if a pitcher gets a big strikeout and he celebrates on you, like, cool, he got you. I mean, it's a huge moment. I think it's horrible for the umpire to come in and
Yeah,
basically remove the freaking emotion and fun out of it. Because, dude, I think the
yeah,
bottom line, one of the better parts about college baseball is the amount of shit talk that goes on. Like, and I actually
yeah,
like that has
yeah.
increased significantly, even from when I played.
Yeah,
You know,
like players,
now,
like guys in college are
yeah,
starting to be a little bit
yeah,
more
yeah,
risky with it because I think they realize that they have
yeah,
some power. And at the end of the day, okay, another team
right,
will pick them up. Somebody will
right,
like it, somebody will
right.
think it's
I think
good.
again,
So yeah,
sometimes, right. I think obviously I think everyone's trying to find that kind of that middle ground in terms of being a lunatic to where you're just being a complete psycho out there, where it just looks unprofessional. You just look immature.
yeah,
But to me, in moments like that where it's a big strikeout, the umpire shouldn't be coming in and ejecting anyone.
dude, it was
That's
four
what I'm saying.
seconds. It
Yeah,
was 4 seconds. He
yeah,
let it all out. He was like, he just whatever. He yelled, he
yeah,
stared at him, looked at them, whatever it was, and then he literally just went
yep,
right to his dugout
eh,
and then stopped
yep,
completely. It was like he
yeah,
wiped it off. And I was like, and then all of a sudden he gets ejected. And I was like, what the hell's going on there?
totally.
Bullshit. Complete bullshit. And
Yeah,
then though, what did it give us?
yeah,
What did it give us? It gave us the best clip, in my
yeah,
opinion, from this week, which was Jack Caglione absolutely whipping his
yeah,
dong out and hitting a nuke and then proceeding to
yeah,
stone face it and
yeah. Just
statue it across, yeah, around the bases and like going into the dugout. He
yeah,
just walked by everybody. Yo, that
yeah,
was hilarious. That is the type of stuff like if that's how I
right,
would handle. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I would drop a tank, but I'm saying
right,
if I were to in that
right,
situation, that would be the style that I would
right,
want to go with because I think it's just the funniest shit ever. Because what is that? That just makes the umpire, just because like I've had experiences with umpires as a catcher for a
yeah,
long time, and if you can get them with something like that, because I've done it before
right,
differently, but just like where you get them and they just look like a
right,
complete idiot, after being an asshole to you, and that's exactly what Jack
Yeah,
Caglione did. He hit an
for
absolute
sure.
nuke, and then made everybody die laughing. That was hysterical.
Yeah, again, I think the big thing once again is that there's no accountability for these umpires. We've been saying this for years, right?
None.
So they come out
Yeah.
and they make a call like this, and it's not a bad call in a game, to where you can review it, especially in the SEC, right? They could review it hypothetically if it was a bad call in terms of the game. But now you freaking eject a guy out of the game, and it's like, okay, well, how do you know that throughout the weekend their pitching staff hasn't been depleted? You know what I mean? And then you're making something like this, which
Oh
could
yeah.
completely change the outcome of a weekend. Obviously, in this case, it didn't, but
Yeah, and also Florida's probably got
for sure,
9 other dudes that can come
for
in
sure.
and
But again, though, the umpires they love to make it
yeah,
about
so
themselves, and
stupid.
it's no one's there to see them. You know,
Yeah.
so but definitely awesome moment, absolute bomb, and then the celebration was perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Literally so funny. Um yeah, I enjoyed that very very much. I'm excited. I'm going to definitely be locking it in as Omaha starts to get
right.
closer. And as the College World Series starts to get closer, I'm going to definitely lock it in, start to get a feel cuz I'm going to be
Yeah,
going. So I'm going to be going 2 straight weeks of the College World Series. Now I'm not going to be at 2 straight
right.
weeks of games, but I'll at least get to go to
Yeah,
2 games, one in the first week and one in the second week, which will be pretty cool. Um, yeah, no, I'm excited about that. Really excited about that. I've had a couple guys, like players of mine, that are going. I've had them the last couple days on meetings, so it's been kind of exciting
yeah.
that they've been hyped too. Like a lot of them haven't gone. I know
I
you've gone
have.
to the
Yeah.
College World Series. What? Yeah. What game did you see
So
again? I remember. I don't
I'll
remember
be
it
honest. I don't
always.
remember the just one of the first couple games because I went to I think 3 games that week. The one obviously I remember I got to go to game 1 of the national championship. So it was UCLA versus South Carolina.
Is that the one that you went to with the baseball factory, or did you get extra tickets
So
with
Dad
that?
and I got extra tickets for that because we were still there. So we
That's
went
what
to
I
two
thought.
other games. I don't remember which what it was because obviously those ones are overshadowed by Game 1 national championship with
Yeah,
Garrett
with Garrett
Cole.
Cole and Jackie
Jackie
Bradley
Bradley
Jr.
Jr. was on that team. What was the first baseman too? He plays for the Christian Walker. So he was the first baseman for South Carolina then too, and it was wild to see Garrett
Gotcha.
Cole pumping 100 in the first inning. Just
Yeah,
blowing
yeah.
dudes
No, he was
away.
probably
But the
throwing
craziest
fuel.
part about it though was first inning, Jackie Bradley Jr. actually off Garrett Cole, perfect bunt single. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really? Did he
No,
lead
I think he
off
was
too?
batting third. He was batting third.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cole was
that's
blowing dudes away, and then Jackie Bradley Jr. bunt single in the first on like 100-mile-an-hour fastball, which is insane. Which is
with a metal
insane.
bat,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is hilarious.
And that was
No, that's
still I'm
awesome.
pretty.
Yeah,
That was either the first year of BB Core or the last year of BESR too. So it would be even more impressive if it was BESR.
yeah. I want to say that was.
I think it was probably last year of BESR.
Yeah, because you had to be no. That 100% had to be
Okay.
BESR because it was never BB core for you in
No,
high school.
my
So
first
your
year.
senior
Yeah,
year,
my first year at college was the first BB Core.
was the first year of
Yeah,
BB Core. So yeah, no, that makes sense because I only played 1 year with you on varsity, and obviously it
yeah,
was BESR. So yeah, no, that ninth year. So that
yeah,
makes sense that was the last year of
yeah.
BESR. So
So
that exit velo
yeah,
on the bunt
98.
was
Yeah,
120.
yeah, yeah,
But it was
yeah.
a bunt single. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped. Because too, like the baseball factory has a bunch of alumni
Yeah.
on these teams and things like that. So it'll be cool experience. I've never gone to this event. Even though I've worked like a million different ones over these last couple years, I've never gone to this one. Nicole's gonna come to me with
Nice,
me for the
nice.
first week too, which will be cool. Maybe we'll check out a couple other games. How are the ticket prices for the College
Dude,
World
I went.
Series? Are they
I'm not.
bad or I mean, I know it was a while ago, but do you even know? Like, is
I'm
that is
not
that a
sure.
thing? Like, are they expensive?
I'm not sure. I'd imagine that obviously they've gone up since I went, and then they're in the new stadium too. So who knows? Because
True.
the year I went to was the last year of Rosenblatt, the old Rosenblatt.
Gotcha.
So I would assume the price had gone up, But again, dude, like I was in high school, so dad was buying
Yeah,
the
no, for
tickets.
sure. I'm no,
Yeah,
no, 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 for sure. I'm more saying like even over the
yeah.
last couple years, is it like a thing that the price of to
I'd
go to the College World Series, like
I'd
any games,
imagine
it's probably not that. It's probably you could probably get one for 40,
for
50
sure.
bucks. Like if it's not like
Yeah,
the
if you're
semifinal
not
or
talking a
like
national championship or the semi or I wouldn't be surprised if let's say Caglianone's playing in a night game on Saturday night or something. They're
yeah,
gonna freaking drive
oh
out the
yeah,
price.
yeah. Of course, but like if you're talking like a game,
If you're talking,
what is that first round? Like the first
yeah,
round, and you're talking
for
on a
sure.
day game, you're probably looking at
Yeah,
probably
no,
50
yeah,
bucks. You could probably
yeah.
get a ticket.
Gr-
But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm really excited to go. I've never been. I've
You'll
never.
just enjoy the town too. The whole experience is awesome. Yeah,
No, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Omaha's cool. Yeah, Omaha's cool. That's what I'm excited about that for sure. Um, all right, let's go into the MLB here. I have the standings pulled up. Like the standings really haven't changed too much. Tampa Bay finally lost. They actually lost twice. Um, but other than that, not really much has changed. I mean, Atlanta's playing really, really well. Uh, I went to the White Sox game. I don't think they're going to be very good. They're
yeah,
pitching like it's
yeah. I don't.
literally the if Baltimore I think made 3 errors the day that we went. If they didn't make those 3 errors, I don't think I don't even think they have an opportunity to walk it off. I hope I mean look at this. Yeah, they have a minus 23 run differential. Yeah, that's
No,
not very good. Um but yeah, no, their pitching is just absolutely atrocious, and like every time you just feel it in
because
the
they
stadium
know.
too.
Yeah,
You literally, yeah, as soon as the bullpen comes in, or literally just
yeah,
anybody gets on base, it's like it gets very tense in there. One thing that you'll appreciate that happened at the White Sox game on Saturday was across the way. So we were sitting in like the
yeah,
center field seats, and across the way directly, we were angled a little bit towards the
yeah.
third base side, and directly across the way, all of a sudden, no joke, an entire section is like standing up.
You're
There's
talking about the fight that went
commotion,
viral.
and I'm talking.
I
Yeah,
did.
did
Yeah.
you see it? Was
It's
there a viral video that went around? I didn't. We were gonna look it
oh
up to
yeah,
see if it happened, dude. The
yeah,
punches, some of the punches that were getting thrown, because we were watching it. It was
yeah.
like a scuffle, and then all of a sudden, you just saw a couple dudes where it was literally just wham,
Yeah,
wham, wham, and he was literally like rearing back, and they were throwing
it was
hammers
like a
at each
2 minute
other.
viral clip that went, and it was just there's women, there's men, and it's just
That's what
like,
Yeah, we were
like, bro,
literally.
like what
Yeah,
are
what
you
are
people
you
doing?
doing?
Like,
At
dude,
a freaking baseball game on a Saturday
yeah,
afternoon. Like you just get so here we go. You ready? I'm gonna even blow your mind even more. So we're we're we just had just gotten some food. I mean, you know how it is. Like at a baseball game, that's the fun part. Getting food, the whole
right,
9 yards there. So we're getting stuff. We ate lunch there, the whole 9 yards. Then we're getting like more of like a dessert or like a snack, whatever. I think Nicole
yeah,
got popcorn. And she's like, I just got to stop at the bathroom. She goes in. I'm holding, 3 things
yeah,
that she got, and I'm holding everything outside the bathroom. I'm standing like probably a foot in front of the
yeah,
trash can. All of a sudden, I feel on my shoe and on my leg. I thought it was a
piss,
spill. I turn around. No, I turn around and it's like this 19-year-old chick throwing up into the trash
yeah,
can. She
bro,
completely missed the trash can. And I literally looked at her and I was like, "What
yeah,
are you doing?" I literally said to her, and I could tell she was
yeah.
not even like,
She wasn't
she
even in
wasn't
that
even
realm. Yeah,
there at
she was in the
all.
shadow
Yeah,
realm,
but
dude.
I literally was,
Yeah,
yeah, she was in the
like,
shadow realm. But I was literally like, "What are you doing?"
yeah,
I said, "What are you doing?" And then I looked at her. I was like, "I would have literally rather you tackled me
yeah,
out of the way and then thrown up and not got like."
yeah,
She didn't even scoot me. She didn't even push me. Nothing. Like if she had to go, she should have been running up and shoved me out of the way, done it, and then I would have turned around and been like, "Okay, are you okay?" That's literally
right,
what would have been my reaction.
right.
Are you okay? Now she rips it on my shoe, and I'm like, literally, you're the dumbest,
Yeah.
you know what, on planet Earth right
Dude,
now.
that's
Like,
why
what are
it's
you doing?
like, I mean, we
Um.
could probably do a whole freaking 20 shows straight on me ranting on stuff like this. But dude, like it's tough.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it legitimately sometimes is tough to go to these places and enjoy the experience because like
100%.
society currently thinks that like that type of behavior is acceptable. You know?
Is acceptable. And then she's looking at me
Right.
dead silent, like
Right.
puppy dog eyes, and I'm just like, you just
Dude,
threw
and
up
here's the
on
wild
me.
thing. Here's the wild thing. If you actually would have went off on her, which would have been totally justified, everyone would have been like, "Why are you picking on the girl if she's not feeling well?" It's like, bro,
Oh yeah.
like
She just
all over the
threw
shoes
up
because
on
she
me.
can't control
Yeah.
herself. And again, then we're the
Yeah.
problem. So and then
Yeah.
again back to the
Yeah,
original thing
no, it
with the
was
fight. It's like, dude, could you imagine like you're there, you get bleacher seats, and then like my situation, if I'm bringing like my wife and kids, and the people are brawling,
dude, it wasn't even in the bleachers. It was in a
was it
nice part
nice?
of it was
I
in.
couldn't tell because there was
Yeah,
so many bodies flying
it
everywhere.
can
It looked
look
like
it. Yeah, it makes sense that
yeah,
it kind of looks like the bleachers, but it was actually in
okay,
foul territory towards like the third baseline towards
okay,
the foul pole, but in foul territory. So it wasn't the bleachers. It was like a
okay,
normal section. That's why we looked over there, and there was like I'm talking. It might
yeah,
have been
yeah,
20 people involved in this because there was like 4 or 5 rows where it looked like people were like
right.
involved in it. So that's hilarious. I didn't even know. I
Oh
got to
yeah,
look it up on TikTok or something to see if there's a
it's for
clip.
sure out there. I
Um,
saw it. I saw it. It was like 2 minutes straight of just melee. And again, you try to
yeah,
go out to a game, or you bring the kids, and then all of a sudden people are acting like animals like this, and it's like, what are we doing?
yeah.
You know? Because dude,
It's because they almost use it as like
yeah,
an excuse to
100%,
where it's like, oh, I'm allowed to just this is like a
right,
free range where we can just
right,
yell whatever we want and do
right.
whatever we want, and it's like, what are
Yeah,
you
no, they
doing?
literally go,
Like half these they don't even remember. That's what I don't get. Like you go to the game. If you're going to the game to get effed up, just
yeah,
go tailgate, get effed up in the parking lot, and save yourself some money. And you don't spend
yeah,
$13 on to drink $13 a beer, and you're spending $100
right.
like this. And I'm like, is
I
that?
just think
I
too,
don't get
again,
that.
right?
I
If you
don't get
want to
it
go
at
there and
all.
you want to get that type of, inebriated, it's like maybe then to get to that level, you have everyone over at the house and watch it on TV. Because, bro,
That's
like
what
the
I'm
amount of problems that
saying.
literally you create by getting to that level, and then
That's what
clearly,
I don't get.
too many people can't handle themselves at that level either. Where you'll always hear people like, oh, some people are happy drunks. Well, clearly there's a crap ton of people that are not, because this type of stuff happens way too much at these sporting events. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
my
it's like, hey, if
gosh.
you want to
Yeah.
get that level of wasted, maybe have your friends and family over your house. Maybe when you go out to the game, you have a couple, so then you could get home safe and not
It's
get into
like
freaking fights. Like it's
I know. Did you watch Moon Knight?
yeah,
Did you
brutal
watch
show,
Moon Knight?
brutal, brutal. No,
Brutal. Oh,
I
that's
know.
not what I'm not
No,
even
but it's
getting
like
it.
when he knocks
But
out and then yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I
yeah,
literally feel like that with some people, and it used to happen all the time in college. And like you'd be in the next day, and you'd
right,
like talk to them, right? A guy on your team
yeah,
punches a wall, he gets into a fight, whatever it is. And I used to ask these guys, I'm like, I'm like,
yeah.
what goes on? Like, do you just
Yeah.
wake up the next day and you're literally
Okay,
just
here's my new day.
I just
Yeah,
Jekyll and
yeah,
Hyde it last night to where I couldn't
yeah.
control.
It's wild.
That's what I don't get. I've never gotten into a fist fight based
No,
on being like drunk.
no,
Literally never in my life. I've literally never gotten
no,
into a fight like ever
no.
because of that stuff. So yeah, I don't understand doing it at a
No, and
baseball
again,
game,
dude, it's like,
especially.
let's
Um, for
right.
two hundred
You're
dollars. Like that
jumping,
guy probably
you're
spent two
jumping
hundred
all that
dollars to
money, and
yeah.
then again, too, it's like, hey, can we have some common courtesy? Because you can't tell me that that surrounding area didn't have kids in it. And it's like, dude, imagine
Oh,
we're at the
100%.
USA game with the boys, and then like that type of thing happens around us. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm getting arrested.
But this, but
I'm getting arrested.
we
That's
wouldn't. But you know what I'm saying? Because we got the
oh yeah,
hookers.
yeah,
But you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, dude? Like,
True.
and the only good parts of that would be though is because we wouldn't be in the shadow realm in terms of inebriation levels. That it would be like freaking Adesanya versus like a 5-year-old. Because they
Yeah, yeah.
everyone else would be moving so slow and so
Yeah. They'd be like, "Come on, bro."
falling
They'd
over
be
and
like, "Come
falling.
on." Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like, "I'm gonna
right,
knock
right.
you out, man."
It's just
But yeah,
sloppy,
no, that
sloppy.
I saw that we saw that from
Yeah,
that's what I don't get. I can't do that at a day game at 2:00 in the afternoon
Yeah.
in April.
No.
Can't
No.
just
No.
can't do that. It's just not
No.
something I'm capable or
Yeah,
that
and the
I have
last
in
thing I'll
me.
say about those people is like clearly, hey, you guys need some help. Maybe go seek some, because clearly you got a problem. There's no two ways about it.
It's just
Yeah, you gotta make some life
yeah.
changes.
Like literally have a
Simple as
party at
that.
your house and get a 30
And
rack
then,
and get a 30 rack for one the price
yeah,
of one drink
yeah,
at the I don't get it. And then just get
cool.
wrecked at your house
If
if
you're
that's
all
really
about
what you
that,
yeah.
that's
I don't
probably
get
the
it.
route to go. So that way you're not getting into fist fights in freaking
Yes.
Section 258.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dude.
Yes. Yes. I personally think, and I don't know if this is possible, like actually,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I don't know if this is possible actually, because I just haven't done enough research, but I think based on we talked about it a little bit, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting this correct. They changed the scheduling
I
for the
think so.
MLB to where it's a little bit more
Yeah,
evened out. It's either happening
yeah,
this year or next year. So based on
yeah,
the thought that they did do that, because I don't know, I just don't know for sure. I just whatever. But based on the fact that they did redo the schedule to where it is a little bit more even, and you're not playing your own division
right,
900
right.
times essentially, if that's the case, I legitimately think that 4 teams could make it from the AL East because they still have those 2 wildcard
Yeah,
spots, right?
yeah, I
It's
think
two
it's true.
wildcard spots.
I
I'm looking at this. And I legitimately think all the wild card spots could come from the AL East, or so could only 3. The winner and the
I
2 wild
I think
cards. How
so.
does it work?
I just
I'm gonna look right here. They
I
have a
just
wild
think
card
over
thing.
the
Okay.
entirety of a season, I don't know if 4 teams will. I think 3 will for sure.
Okay. So
Yeah,
listen to this though. Listen to this is going to be
yeah,
obviously I know it's
yeah,
early and that's doesn't
yeah,
but if it's even and they're not playing each other that much anymore. So Tampa is
yeah,
number 1 overall. The wild card teams at this point, so the division leaders right now are Tampa Bay, Minnesota and Texas. The
yeah,
wild card teams, Yankees, Toronto,
yeah.
Baltimore, Cleveland. Who's right under
Red
Cleveland?
Sox. Yeah,
The Red Sox. So it's literally I'm just
yeah.
if it's even and they are and that's right I really do think like so hypothetically
I
speaking every single team from the AL
yeah.
East could make it.
I don't see the
I
Red
don't see that
Sox
happening.
being good enough over
Me either.
162 to make the playoffs.
Me either. I think locks though. I think locks are Tampa Bay, Yankees, Toronto. Baltimore I
Dude,
think has a for real chance. For real
I'll
chance.
disagree on that. I think Baltimore has a better chance than Toronto. Toronto to me has to prove it. They've had that solid group of guys in that lineup, that solid young group for the last 2 years, and they
I
haven't
know.
done it. So it's like, hey,
I know. They didn't get to the playoffs last year?
maybe the single game, dude. I think though the expectation for them, man, is more than that. I just don't see their pitching getting them there.
Agreed.
So
That I agree
I
with.
think
That I completely
Baltimore
agree
has a
with.
bunch of guys that are young, up and coming, and
Yeah, I mean Toronto went
I
92 and
agree, but they
70
freaking
last year.
disappointed once again. I mean, dude, they were
No,
picked.
for
A lot of
sure.
people were picking them over the Yankees to win the division. They were picking, you know what I'm saying?
No, for
So to
sure.
me,
For
they've
sure. For sure.
underperformed the last couple of years.
But I think this year, if that schedule thing is true, I think that's going to
Could
help a lot of AL East teams. And I think, and if they won 92 games with a heavy AL East schedule, and they're 10-6 right now. Oh, yeah, no, they're not. Oh, yeah, they are.
listen. I think they're a very good
Let's see.
team. I do. I just think again they've underperformed
Yeah.
for what a lot of the experts and I think a lot of fans expected them to do.
Yeah, and you're right. With the
Yeah,
pitching,
yeah,
it's
and
a little
I think
It's a little
Baltimore
for
has a
sure.
bunch of up and coming young guys that are elite,
Yeah,
and they
and
also
they
don't
are
know. They don't know yet.
energetic.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know anything different. So
Yeah.
they don't know the old school, or at least the last probably 10 years.
I'm a big
He's
Gunnar Henderson guy.
stud, dude.
I'm a
Yeah, stud.
huge
And
Gunnar Henderson guy.
we
He's
mentioned
been
it.
hit he's my starting third baseman and hitting leadoff in my MLB
Okay,
Diamond Dynasty team since day
and we
one. Since day one, he's been
yeah,
hitting
and we
leadoff
meant
and batting third or and
right, and we
playing third, I
mentioned
should
Adley
say.
earlier. I mean, dude's a freak. Right now,
Stupid.
I could probably make an argument that he's the number 2 catcher in the MLB. I could probably make that argument. I think Real
Yeah.
Muto for me right now is still overall, if we're talking about every aspect of catching, hitting, running, like everything, Real Muto to me is number 1.
Yeah.
There could be debate at 2, but I think Adley would be on that short list of catching. And again, I do think Adley at some point very soon is going to take over and be the number 1 catcher in baseball. That's just me. Obviously, you're the catching guy, but that's from just looking at it from just a
Yeah,
talent
no, I
perspective.
agree. I totally
Yeah.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Um I tell you what though, you know who's pretty good?
Who? He is good.
Shea Langoliers. He's hitting
Yeah.
271 with 3
Yeah. No,
jacks.
he's starting.
You'll take that all day
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the
No, he's starting
A's
off right.
too.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
yeah,
We
so I'm
got.
hoping he continues it because this will be his
No.
first. Go ahead.
Finish on Shea, and then I just want to bring up because I know your favorite player is leading the MLB in home runs right now.
My favorite player is leading the MLB in
Yeah.
home runs right now.
Pete
Who's
Alonso.
that? Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. Did you see the new?
Yeah, but you know that it's not a matter of I
I
don't
know
think
you
he's
just think he's a
good.
little cringe, which is fine. I agree. I agree at times.
Not a little. I don't think he's a little cringe. I don't think he's a little cringe. I think he's possibly the cringiest baseball player of all time, maybe besides Ryan
No,
Braun
I would
after
think
that speech.
Ryan Braun's also a scumbag because he got that freaking what was it FedEx or UPS
No,
guy
but
fired.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't even think Pete
Yeah.
Alonso's a bad guy.
No.
I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's, a prop like no I have no problems with Pete Alonso. But he is
No,
I firmly believe he's ranked number 1
yeah.
and it's a long
Yeah.
drop to number 2 as cringiest player. I mean the
No,
home run
I
derby.
know. That's what did it for you.
This isn't a quote, but I mean, he's literally going after he won it the year before. He's literally going, I need new motivation. My new motivation is these kids and the kids I'm going to be donating to. And I mean, it's just, I get
Right.
it. I get it. But just hit
Right.
a bunch of tanks and put on a show.
No, for
And
sure.
then after you win, then you go, I
Right.
did it for the kids. I'm donating all this money. But he said it
No, he's
and
got
then
it.
he didn't win.
He's got.
And that's
I feel you. I
cringe.
feel you. But 8
It's
bombs. 8
cringe.
bombs already is 8 bombs. And the one yesterday too.
Yeah.
Did you see the one yesterday in the top of the 9th? Oh, dude,
Was
top
it a
of the
nuke?
9th, they were down 1. They ended up winning the game in extras 4-3. But dude, no,
They hit a
tied it
walk-off?
top of the 9th
Oh, no.
against the A's, dead center, just absolute bomb. So, pretty cool. Hey, and then I'll ask you one question too while we're still on this topic. You think Arias from the Marlins has a chance of hitting over 400?
I don't know, dude. What's he hitting right now?
471.
Dang, dude, that would be crazy. I used to think Joe
Yeah.
Mauer had a shot at it back in the day. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know if that was
Right.
actually a good take
Right.
because I was so young, but like I legitimately thought at one point Joe Mauer was
Yeah.
going to hit 400 in the big leagues
Yeah.
because he was doing it for a while. Like he did it for a solid part of the season, but
Yeah.
what is it, Luis?
Arias. 471 right now, leading the MLB. Next highest is actually Matt Chapman, 421.
You know, I knew he was hitting really high, but I didn't know it was
Yeah.
that crazy. Yeah, I didn't. No, it's not
Yeah.
Luis. That's the Brewers guy.
Bro, it's Luis Arias.
How do you spell his last name?
Arraez. You're
There
thinking
you go. That's
were you
why
thinking of
I'm getting it
Urias?
wrong.
Yeah.
Urias. That's what I was typing in.
Yeah.
I knew it was the Miami guy because
Yeah,
he
he
hit
used
the
to be on
cycle the other
Minnesota.
night. Ah,
So this is his first season in
okay.
Miami. Yeah, he's hitting 471 right now. What's wild is though he's hitting
Jesus.
471. He's only got 1 homer, and he only has 6 RBIs while he's hitting 471. That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's Miami's record?
8-8.
It can't be very good.
Yeah.
8-8, and he's only got. So where do they have him
know.
hitting in the order?
I think anywhere from.
They have
No,
him
dude, I
hitting
think I saw him
leadoff?
hitting third the other day,
Damn.
bro.
Well, okay. Well, they've only scored
Hey, so
49
let me put it to you this
runs.
way: he's hitting what I say, 471. Yeah, 471, and
Yeah.
in his last 3 games, he is 2 for 10, and he's hitting
Okay. And he's still
471.
hitting 470. Damn, but this is why he has no RBIs, is because they have
Yeah,
the fewest run scorers
yeah,
in the entire MLB.
by a long shot.
By This is crazy actually. They have 49. The next
Yeah,
lowest is 62. So that's why right there. They've only given up 75, which
right,
isn't abysmal. Um, but that's still a minus 26 differential. So yeah, I mean it's not
right.
Oakland minus
Yeah,
63.
dude, they suck, bro. Did you see just real quick that Utah now is trying to talk to the MLB about getting an MLB team? So Utah's
Really?
putting in terms of expansion or moving.
So what would
They
they
probably
do?
have a
Like
team in Salt Lake City.
I was Salt
Oh,
Lake?
bro, that
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
like legit.
Um, yeah, that's actually just random here. I something popped up on
Yeah,
my TikTok yesterday of Utah
bro.
golf
I'm telling you,
courses.
that's what I've been telling you. We got to go up to Utah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, dude. I was like, what the fuck? And one of them, I looked it up. It was like
yeah.
$60 for the round. And I'm talking, it was
No,
breathtaking.
dude,
I was like, what the
Utah's
hell?
beautiful.
Um,
So
yeah, no,
yeah,
I've driven through there and it's sick. Yeah, it's sick. I think that's all I got. There. What do we
Hey,
got?
you
Like
didn't
five,
answer the
7 more
question. Is he
minutes?
hitting over 400? What's your take? Is he gonna hit?
Oh,
Is he gonna do it?
I don't,
Okay.
no, 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 because what would start to happen is
Yeah, they're
if
gonna
they
pitch around him like
suck,
no other.
they're
Yeah.
they're not going to pitch to him. Yeah, they'll stop pitching to him, and he'll like he won't get
I
as
could
many
see him
chances.
hitting, dude.
So,
I don't know if this is even a hot take, but I could see him hitting like 370 with the way he hits.
agreed. I could see
Yeah,
him leading the
he's
league,
probably gonna win the
hitting
batting title.
yeah,
Yeah,
385. It's just, dude, that average of two
yeah,
for five over a course of a
yeah.
whole season.
No, it is
That's
cool though.
tough.
I will say his hitting
That's
style.
tough to
It's cool
do.
to see that when everyone else is, dipping and ripping. So you
Yeah.
need a
Yeah.
little
Well, yeah.
diversification in the portfolio in terms of a lineup.
Yeah, it's just yeah. It's just how many bombs did he hit in the minors? That's the key. Because that like if he got out of there just by doing this, it's
Yeah, I mean,
incredible.
unless he was hitting
Um,
500 in the
so I'd be
minors,
curious to see.
you know.
No, 100%, 100%. Yeah, that's obviously gonna
Yeah,
if you can hit if you're hitting
yeah.
400 even in the minors,
Shout
that's
out to
pretty crazy.
Baby
But
real quick
all
for
right,
getting called up for the Mets.
hell yeah, yeah. No, he has come a
Yeah,
long way physically. Because when I played against him,
right,
he was obviously
right.
18, but when I played against him in rookie
He was a
ball,
little dumpy, right?
he was a little on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tubby side. A little on the tubby side. You could get in on him. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. The
yeah,
juice, stupid. He made like anytime he
yeah,
barreled it, it was dumb juice. But yeah, I don't think he, the over the last
yeah,
like let's say 2 3 years, it's crazy. Like his
yeah, dude.
body transformation is nuts. I mean, he looks like he could be
Yeah,
an NFL wide receiver now, with the way like just athletically. So, yeah, no, that's cool. I think he'll be really solid for them. They
yeah.
haven't
He's
brought
up
up the
too.
catcher, right?
They brought him up. Yeah,
He's up too. Cool. All right, just quickly, I know we're not huge NBA
yeah,
guys, but the Knicks are involved, so
yeah,
we might as well talk
yeah.
about it for a second here. They
They
won. They
did.
won the other night too. Was that
Uh,
yesterday or
no, the day
when was there?
before.
I don't even know.
Yeah, Jay.
Gotcha. So yeah, they play tomorrow. Do they really give them? Do they really give
Dude,
them this many days in between after one
I don't know.
playoff
I've
game?
been out on the NBA, man. Like, dude,
Yeah, fuck the NBA. That's really
I'm
like,
not a
yeah.
fan of it, to be
Like
quite honest. It's just it's pretty brutal to
I think
watch.
it's
You know.
you know what I think you know what it's been for me because I'm like a basketball
Yeah.
I just like basketball. So like especially the playoffs, I really enjoy watching it usually. I think it's a lot of like the press conference bullshit. Like it's a lot of like the other shit in the NBA that like gets me tight. Like I don't really care
Well,
about who has drama with who in the NBA, and it's like some big
well,
soap opera sometimes between what these
let's even
guys say
just
to each other.
and again, I like this guy for the most part, but like Giannis, talk about how he was thinking about retiring after 2020 because his drive wasn't there or some shit or just some
Yeah.
nonsense. And it's like,
Like you're
stop.
making millions
And
and millions and
at that point too, it's
millions.
what, back to back
I just don't
MVPs
get
or
it.
something like that. Like you just won an NBA title, and like this is, oh, I thought I was gonna retire because I just, I wasn't feeling it. It's just like, come on, bro, stop.
Well, it's like, well, dude, these guys, some of these guys,
No,
they can't take it anymore.
yeah,
Look at Danny Granger.
no,
Do you know that
no,
story? Danny Granger, this is
yeah.
not, don't quote me on this, but there's a comedian, there's a
Oh, I
female
know about that.
comedian
I know about that.
that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, and
Okay,
it's Danny Granger
okay. Then
that
yeah, I
she's
do know
talking
about that.
about. And he's like a Buddhist, what does she say? He's like a
Yeah,
Buddhist
yeah, something
monk or
like that.
something? I'm looking here. They don't got nothing. But yeah, dude, this stand up, this female
I think the
comedian
bottom
talks
line with it
about.
all, dude, is just there's too much. There seems to be just too much nonsense continuously with the NBA guys. That it's like it's a soap
Oh
opera
yeah,
with sports on
yeah,
the side now, you know? And it's just like, dude,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't get into it.
I can't focus on the NBA because if you focus on the NBA for even a minimal amount of time, it's going to be LeBron just saying I'm the
Yeah, I
greatest
wish
and
if
like
everyone
literally just which is he's just
right,
you
right,
stop saying it.
everyone else, right. And here's the
Stop
thing: it's not
saying it.
like everyone else doesn't already tell him that. It's not like that's what's on
Yeah.
ESPN. If there's an hour worth of Sports Center,
Bruh, his
yeah,
teammates, when he walks into the locker room, his
yeah,
teammates go, bah,
right,
bah. Like everybody's literally
yeah,
like he is the GOAT. He's like turning into
yeah.
like literally the GOAT. So it's
He'd
like
still be my
I
number three
don't
pick. So that could be a hot take too, if maybe people think too. So
oh
he
if I could rank it honestly and you could put me on a lie detector, I'd put him
dude,
at 15 probably
yeah.
and be able to pass that lie
Yeah,
detector test.
Jordan and
But yeah, no,
Kobe, I
I'm
just
with you.
like the mentality
Um
side way more. It's way more. I
agreed.
just
Yeah.
If the NBA as a whole could be more similar. I'm not even saying being the same, but being more similar to like Dame Lillard, the way he goes about things. I think your
Yep.
product would be significantly better. So
Agreed.
Donovan
Or
Mitchell
Donovan
too,
Mitchell. I
but
like
to
Donovan
me,
Mitchell a
Dame
lot
Lillard
as
is
well.
probably this generation's most underrated superstar
Yeah.
in my opinion. But
Yeah. Yeah. And he
yeah,
goes hard with the
yeah,
beats.
yeah, for sure.
Savage rapper.
But go yeah,
But
go Knicks,
all
I
right, let's
guess. But I don't really care. Don't really care.
yeah, go Knicks. Go
Yeah,
Knicks, even though it is what it is. Um yeah, no. I can't believe the Warriors lost though. I thought they were gonna wax the
yeah. Who
Kings, but we'll see
knows?
if what happens there. Um but all right, let's go just quickly. Stanley Cup. Just wanted to mention this. Really interesting how they add
Yeah,
teams in the NHL and how they do that. Because every time it's happened in like where at least I've been paying attention with
yeah.
the Vegas team and
Seattle.
now what
Yeah,
is
the
it,
Kraken. Yeah,
Seattle Kraken?
yeah,
They're already in the playoffs. So like for me, I don't know. I think it's like the NHL is super, super underrated, and I feel like their blackout stuff and their broadcast stuff is what's costing them a
yeah.
lot of money and what influences them as
I
well,
think
like along with
they've
baseball.
it's gotten better, right? Because they have the ESPN deal now. So there's actually more hockey on now than I think there ever has been. I just
But I don't think they
no.
do a good
I was
job with
just
their
gonna say,
players. But at the same time, I also think it's partly
no. It's the
I
type
don't
of
want to say
guy he
personalities
is.
because that's not what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the type of guy a lot of them would rather make 10 mil with no
hundred
distractions, with
percent.
no one bothering them, as opposed to making 30 mil and getting
Yep.
treated like Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers or somebody like that. So I do think, yeah, I haven't been around too many hockey guys, but I've been around a
Yeah.
few, and that's always the vibe that they give off. So yeah, no, that makes sense there. But yeah, no, I'm excited about it. I really
Yeah,
enjoy watching like the best players in hockey. I think that's something that I really appreciate it. So appreciate. So I'm looking forward to watching, Connor McDavid for Edmonton. And then of
yeah,
course
dude,
I love
they're
watching the
fun.
Rangers. The
They're
Rangers are
fun.
fun,
Yeah,
dude. I'm really excited. So I'll definitely be tuned into that tomorrow. They don't play today, right? The Rangers don't play today. I think the Rangers play tomorrow. I'm not
I'd
sure.
have to look real quick, but
Yeah, Bruins, Panthers. Yeah, no, they play. Carolina plays. Oh, Islanders versus Carolina plays today. Yeah, Rangers versus Jersey. Game 1 is tomorrow.
for sure.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna be watching that. I'm excited. But all right, quickly, we're
yeah.
flying through this. I know you need to go. But just quickly, Purdy. You think he's gonna be back and he's gonna beat
I
out
think
Lance?
if he's back, right, health wise, because it just came out that he didn't need a full Tommy John surgery, so they cleaned it up. They don't take quarterbacks don't take as long as like pitchers, to come back from a UCL type injury.
100%.
I think personally, if he comes back, he can throw the football. I don't know how you don't start him. I mean, he came in, he went undefeated up until he tore his
But
UCL.
I even think if they leave it to a
Yeah,
competition, he's gonna win because dude, like his comfortability and his and
yeah,
like his experience now in there, I just
yeah,
don't think we saw Lance. I think Lance is the type
for
where it
sure.
would take a little time. Um, and now I think Purdy's gonna run away with it. So yeah, no, I totally agree. I think he's definitely gonna be the guy that walks away there
Right.
if he's fully healthy and if he feels good and he's able to do
I'll be
everything.
curious to see what they
Um,
do with Lance if that ends up being the decision that they're rolling with Purdy because they traded all those first round
I
picks to
know.
move up and take him.
And don't they have
And
Darnold now too? So they
they've
may
got Sam
they may
Darnold as
trade him
well.
or
And
something.
dude, again, I think everyone in that offense at quarterback has done well. And you can't tell me that Darnold is not better than freaking CJ Beathard and dudes like that who have had success in spot situations. I think you put Darnold with Shanahan, and I think he could be an elite backup for that team. Like at a minimum, you put him in for spot.
Yeah, at a minimum. I know. I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be
No,
the
but
guys that say
that's the
this.
reality. Hundred
But yet
percent.
when Sam Darnold was walking away from the Jets, that I was even like, oh, I wouldn't mind the Steelers at least just signing him to like a 1 year deal or something, seeing
Right.
what he's got in our system. Obviously I don't want that now, but I agree. I think Sam Darnold could have some potential. Depending on how it shakes out there, we'll see how it
I
goes.
think
But I think Purdy's
Purdy's
gonna
going to be the guy.
walk out there.
You can't see what he did last year and then come out and say that he's not going to get that position, barring
Agreed.
health.
Agreed. Now, yeah, barring health, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, if he can come back and
yeah,
throw, like I think he's winning it. All right, DeAndre, he wants to play for the Chiefs or Bills,
right.
not the Jets or Patriots. So, what do you got on that? Do you think they're going to
Dude,
release him?
I don't know if they're going to release him. I mean, his cap number is pretty high. The Cardinals are dumpster fire out here. That's just a fact. I don't think anyone wants to come and deal with the whole Kyler Murray situation, him being probably the most immature individual at the quarterback position right now in the NFL. Um, so I think they're probably going to end up moving him. Is what I would say. And
He's a hissy
you're
fit
saying
kind of
Kyle.
guy, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I was gonna. I
Yeah, I don't get it.
but I'm saying on D Hop front, like I think, yeah. Can you blame him for wanting to or alluding to the fact that he would want to go play for the Bills or for the Chiefs? I mean, come on, like
Yeah,
obviously.
no.
I will say though, dude. I will say once the Rodgers deal to the Jets is solidified, if he went to the Jets hypothetically, I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't think that would be like. I don't think he would be upset. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
No,
it is Aaron
I agree.
Rodgers. You know what I mean? I
I
think D
agree.
Hop will be just okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally agreed. Totally agreed. The
him with the Chiefs for me would be legit. I
I don't
do. I I think it would be like
it'd be
legit.
crazy.
Him with the Bills, I think would also be very good. But I still think though there's levels, and Mahomes is that top level.
Yeah, there's been some I forget what show it was on, but somebody
Yeah.
Carson Palmer. Did
Mm,
you see this?
what do you say?
He said that Joe
He so I
Burrow is
did see
better
that.
than
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes and that he could do everything that
Right.
Pat
I think
Mahomes
that that's
does.
probably a little much. I think to me right now, I would say Mahomes number one. I do think Joe Burrow's number two.
I think Joe
Yeah,
Burrow's number 2, and
for
it's not
sure.
even really that close. And I personally think that I'm not saying that it's
Yeah,
going to shape out this way. I simply mean that
yeah,
this is how it is on paper. Mahomes is,
yeah,
and I know everybody always says this crap, and this is, I'm not like saying some original statement right now, but I really do think it could be like a
for
Peyton
sure.
Manning, Tom
Yeah,
Brady type of situation eventually, to where it's like Joe Burrow is just
yeah,
that straight up killer.
yeah.
He's playoff guy. Nobody wants to play them in the playoffs, things like that. No, I'm not
Right.
saying anybody wants to play Mahomes, but I'm just saying I think that's gonna be what it ends up shaping out to be, and
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm thinking this is probably like the best run that like the Chiefs are going to go on. Like I really think like they could win the
Right.
next two Super Bowls or win the next two
Yeah.
out of three, and I wouldn't be shocked. But I don't think that they're like I don't think Mahomes is going to
No.
just win 10 Super Bowls and nobody else is
No.
going to be able to do this. And I think the person who's going to have the most to say about it is
Yeah, I agree.
probably
Yeah,
Joe
because it'll
Burrow.
be interesting to see
At
how
this
the
point.
Chiefs are once Andy Reid, if he decides to step away at some point, once Kelsey can't do it anymore.
Why
Well,
would
yeah, but
you? Why
he's
would
older.
you? I would just.
I mean, but
I
again,
know.
too, right? Kelsey, once he steps away, because eventually it'll get to a point where Kelsey can't do it at the tight end position anymore. So,
I just get nervous because Mahomes is the type of player, and it has been. I feel like this has already been a thing to where um, he will continue to get a little bit doubted to where they're not going to be picked. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, oh, he's not going to win 6 Super
right,
Bowls. Like, that's what
right,
everybody keeps saying. If you hear it all the time, everybody's like, he's not going to
yeah,
catch Brady. He's not going to catch Brady. He's not going to catch
right,
Brady. And I don't like that talk because that
for sure.
fuels people, and that type of stuff is what. So I don't like that talk, and I wish people would stop
No,
talking like that, but they're not gonna. Um, because I don't want that motivation. I don't want that extra motivation because I think there's a couple other
yeah,
guys. I don't want to say it, but Burrow, I'm comfortable saying,
yeah.
but I do think there's a couple other guys with their current situations, and one guy in particular, if their situation gets better, that could dethrone Mahomes. Of course, we're talking about Justin Herbert there. But of course, based on the other thing
Yes,
that I
yeah. I
said,
was
of
gonna
course,
say it
it's Trevor
rhymes with
Lawrence.
Shmember Schmorance. Yeah.
Yeah, because but I mean, it
No, it's
like
for
all
real.
kidding
It's a real
aside
thing.
though, like situation based. If you put okay, but if you switch right now, if you switch Justin Herbert with Doug Peterson, we'd be saying the same thing.
For sure. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because and so, but you just saw the pieces start to align. So if those things align, I think it could be um
No, I
like
think
those are good.
that.
The AFC is going to be so
But
good.
yeah, to
The
sum all
AFC
that
is going to
up,
be
I think
so
the
good.
bottom line is that while Mahomes is the guy, right? The bottom line is the AFC is loaded. So for him to put up the amount of Super Bowls that like a Brady would do, I just don't see it happening with the levels.
I'm just nervous because his ankle was
Yeah, but was it though?
literally his.
But
He
was it?
was
But
injured.
was it?
I know.
No,
I
I
know.
know.
You know me. You
That's
know
what I'm
me. You're
saying.
talking to
So
me
like,
here.
but was it?
I'm the biggest call
Yeah.
out ever when it comes to that stuff. But okay. Um
Yeah.
all right, I think we're good here. I think like we'll kind of just finish this up here. And the last thing that I got, we're not going to be doing much of a
Yeah.
game today because I know you got to go, and we'll wrap it up right now. But just one question, and I don't even think of my answer. But I think I have a good one here. Now I don't know if this is my absolute top guest that I'd want on the show. I know I've told you like
Yeah.
I would love to have Marshawn on the podcast. I think he would like obviously anything
Yeah.
with Marshawn Lynch in it is sick. But all right, give it to me. Who is one person, dream guest? Maybe it's not number one, but just one that you'd really like to have on. Who do you
Ooh,
got?
that's a good one.
I got mine, and I
Right.
promise I didn't prepare
Right.
this. It literally just popped into my head. It's a little
Right.
random,
If we're
but it's
talking
pretty
about
cool.
just like top guest, not in terms of like entertainment value, but just like top guest that I'd like to have on, I'd probably have to go Jeter, you know?
Okay, I was gonna literally, if you didn't say him, I was
Yeah.
gonna be like, I feel like if Jeter came on, it would be
Well,
like an
and that's what I'm
all-time
saying.
moment
Is
for
is like,
anybody.
if we're not talking
Um,
about sheer entertainment value, it would be like Jeter. Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about who would
Yeah.
you want on? Like who would, if somebody popped
Yeah.
up right in between us here, and
Right.
who would make it the
Yeah.
craziest experience? I agree. Jeter's got to be top
For sure.
3, and for me as well. Um, but the one person, and I think you're going to appreciate this, and I think after I say
Yeah.
it, you're going to say, dang, he would probably be in my top 5 too, just because sick speaker, the whole 9 yards there, and obviously unbelievable
Yeah.
career, all these crazy experiences.
Tebow be
I
a
would
good
want
one
Tim
too.
Tebow. Tim
Yeah.
Tebow on the
Tebow be
pod.
legit.
Yeah, Tebow would be sick because I feel like the type of, like, I wouldn't ask
Yeah.
him. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm, whatever, it is what it is. But I think I'd
Yeah.
ask some like odd questions when it comes to
Right.
just his minor league experience, first of all, and then also just some of the things that he dealt with in the
Bro,
NFL. Like,
you
I
gotta
would want to know.
you gotta talk to him
Like, I
about
would
the
ask.
freaking Gator team that had 96 felons, and then Jesus Christ. Yeah.
But no, though. But this
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. Like, the dude has had
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
journey is crazy. Like, if you really think about everything he's done, it
Yeah.
really is a wild experience that he's had, because
Hey,
he's like a freaking, he's basically a
you know,
preacher now.
yeah, I got another one.
All
I
right, who
got
do you got?
another
You got
one
another one that you'd want on?
just so we could grill him. Mike Piazza, where you at? Yo, yo, when we're on the field, and
I
we're
would.
just trying to,
Dude, if we
bro,
ever got him to click into this, as soon as he popped up, I
no,
would just be
no,
like this.
we'd have
I'd
to
be like,
no, we'd have to
fuck
do
you,
like a
Mike
sick hype
Piazza.
video, and then just as soon as he thinks that like we're all about him, freaking just go right at his neck. Show
Yeah, and I'd come in
no,
with
no, you'd
frosted
have to wear
tips too
a
for
Guy
the
Fieri
show.
like wig. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I no, that's what I'm yeah, like make dye or bleach my hair.
Yeah.
That's what I should say.
But
I'm
that's
gonna
what he gets
bleach
for
it.
not even
Um
acknowledging our
yeah,
presence as like 6 and 9 year olds at freaking
yeah,
yeah.
nobody even knows, like, anybody who's listening, nobody even knows what we're talking about. And we went to,
I
what
don't
year
know.
was that?
It was still at freaking Shea. So we were
Yeah, it was still at Shea. It was a long time ago.
Al
We have a
Leiter.
picture with
Shout out
Al
Al Leiter.
Leiter there that day.
Yep.
Shout out Al Leiter is right. And then we
Mike.
got literally almost
Yep.
everybody. Mike Cameron,
Mike
Cliff
Lowell. He was on the
Floyd,
Marlins. Okay. Yep.
Mike Lowell threw the ball. Yeah. I mean, there was a bunch of guys coming up, and everybody
Yep.
that came near us came over to the whole, everybody standing there. Mike Piazza was the only
Yep.
one that everybody was yelling for him.
Yep.
He came near
Not
us,
even no.
and he didn't
He didn't
sign
even
shit, and
he
he
didn't
didn't
even
didn't even say
acknowledge our
hi,
presence, and we
nothing.
were little kids at the time.
I know,
So great hitter.
I know.
No, it was a
Not just
group.
us. It wasn't
A
like it
bunch
was
of
just
people.
us standing there.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people standing there too, and everybody was
No.
trying to get autographs, things like that. But yeah, no, he's on
Yeah.
my list, and obviously you know this, but he is on our list, and it's funny because he's on a
Right.
lot of people's favorite lists. And it's hilarious because I've heard, like, Brian Barry, obviously he's a huge Met fan. A lot of people where we
Yeah.
grow up, huge
Well, because
Met
he's a great
fans,
player, but no one has ever had.
and
Not a lot of people have had the
great
opportunity
player.
to at least say what's up to him.
And I hate it because he
Yeah.
has one of my favorite moments of all time in baseball
For sure.
history. That 9/11 home run
Yeah.
is one of the coolest things ever, in my opinion. So I hate this because
Right.
I never hated
Right.
him, never disliked him. But now, yeah, he's on my
Yeah.
easily top
Yeah.
5 most
And
hated
again,
MLB
we have
players
the
of all time.
ability that most people don't to separate. Right. We can separate the fact that we can appreciate him as a great player, arguably greatest hitting catcher of all time. Or I'm saying you
Yeah,
can make the argument hitting catcher, not overall. You know what I'm saying?
you could no easily,
But while you're
easily,
that level
easily.
of player, you can also be a freaking loser. Because again, the fact that you can't even acknowledge some little kids that are literally just trying to say what's up is, to me, a scumbag move. And I'm pushing 30, you're your mid 20s, and we're still remember Piazza being a scumbag when we were on the field. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
to me, it ain't
yeah,
worth it, buddy. Take 2
yeah.
seconds, say what's up. Even if you're busy, you just say
No.
what's up. Don't have to sign anything. No.
Dude, he didn't even wave. He didn't even wave.
turn
He
his
could have
head.
literally just been
Nothing.
like, tipped his cap,
Yeah.
could have tipped his cap,
Yeah.
and at least we wouldn't hate his
Yep.
guts. But no,
Agreed.
I can't stand that guy. So that's what I got. That's a good
Yeah.
dream guess because we could just grill him and be like, Oh, you don't remember us, do you?
Or we could just
But
not
all right,
talk to
that's
him
what
by
I
the room
got.
and then not talk to him like you did to us. Yeah.
Just completely big league him. Just completely big league him.
No,
We talk
me
to
and
all
you
his
talk.
people. We get
Me and you
everything
talk the
set
whole
up. He
time.
clicks in. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just completely ignore him.
Yep.
Yeah, that would
Hey,
be the
but real
way to
quick,
go.
so next week's show,
All right, that's all.
we're gonna do an NFL draft. So it's gonna be a
Oh
full
yeah,
NFL draft show. We'll go over maybe what do you want to do first round mock, and then maybe we'll run first round mock, and then do first or position rankings maybe our top 5 guys. We'll figure
yeah,
it
yeah.
out. Yeah,
We can go through position. Yeah, we'll go through
and
comps.
next
We'll
week
go
will
through
be
position rankings.
all
We'll go
NFL
through some
draft.
sleepers.
Yeah,
We'll
all
go through
NFL
some
draft because that'll
sleepers.
kick off next
Yeah.
Thursday. So
Um, Yeah, and maybe we even do something crazy where we go live
yeah,
for the NFL draft or something like that.
we'll have
And do
to.
like a little bonus
Yeah,
episode, like to a live
yeah, we'll have to
reaction where we
check
could go live
with
here.
our time schedules, but we'll square that away.
No, but I'm saying like if you can like are you like even if you could just hop
Yeah,
on your phone or something like that to where we just go live and we sit there because are
it's
you going to
Thursday,
be
so that's
like
what I'm
what is it
saying
on a
is I don't
Thursday?
know. I got to check what time the draft starts out here because I'm 3 hours behind normal start time.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm even
Yeah,
talking like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be like
yeah,
you could literally be there with the
yeah,
kids, like
yeah,
in the living
yeah,
room and just have it on or whatever it is. Yeah, it doesn't
yeah.
have to be anything like too
Cool.
serious. But yeah, maybe we'll figure it out. But we'll do the
Yeah,
pre-draft show on Monday. And I am going to actually, I promise, I will be better this week
yeah.
about clips. I've been good about posting everything. Everything's been posted every week. Everything's going there. But I'm gonna rip through a bunch of clips from our last 3
Cool.
episodes, get a bunch out there, see if we can maybe post on Facebook too. Because I've been on like I guess you could call it the marketing
Yeah,
side for the Arm Barn podcast. I haven't been blasting out a bunch of stuff, but in terms of like I've been posting it everywhere. And on like Spotify and Apple Music, we've had some decent numbers. Hasn't been bad at all. So I know at least some
check us
people are
out on
listening to
Rumble
this
too.
every week. Yeah, Rumble as well. But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna post on LinkedIn. I'm gonna throw up at a bunch of places. Maybe we can get some
Yeah,
more people listening and stuff. Like actually things going. But
cool.
on podcasts hasn't been too bad. The numbers
Yeah,
have been
and
surprisingly
we'll keep getting
consistent
better. You know,
in
keep
the
chipping
area.
away,
But
keep getting better.
100%, 100%. But we appreciate everybody who does listen. And yeah, looking
Sure.
forward to this draft episode next week. I feel like the draft stuff always like at this point
Yeah.
starts to drag on a little bit, and you just kind of want to get it because I feel like everybody
Yeah.
starts doing it the moment the
Right.
season
Right.
ends. They start with the draft coverage,
It's
so
here.
like I'm excited for it to be done. And I
Right.
personally like the after the draft talks to where okay,
Right.
situations, training camps, who's with who. So yeah, no, I'm excited for everything.
Awesome.
We'll get that going, and we'll fire that up next week. But all right, everybody, thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Arm Barn Podcast. Follow everywhere, subscribe everywhere. My Rumble people, let's go. I know some of you have it downloaded. Let's go. Let's let's subscribe on Rumble. I want to be able to go live on that. Because I know a lot of people go live on Rumble and grow pretty quickly. So that'd be a pretty cool platform to get going on. But all right, everybody have a good week. We'll see you next week. Later.
We in the arm.